Hello, good evening. Welcome to Ginger's Love Live, where we focus on embodying love, purpose, and personal growth. Hello, hello. And I just need a moment. Get me set up here. Hello, Miss Ashley. How you doing? No, let me do this over here. Okay. Hey, hey, hey. All right. So tonight we are talking about the power of clarity. It's important to understand what power we do have. And getting clear on the things that matters to us is one of them. I don't think I want to do that. Okay. Wait a minute. Y'all, I'm sorry. Give me just a moment here. Okay. How y'all doing? Hello, everyone that's joined. Say hello in the comments. How are y'all doing? Are y'all ready for this discussion? Okie dokie. So, the power of clarity and understanding that power and how to align what is important. Okay, so one thing, this is going to be kind of just like an open discussion, seriously, because we are in the world of technology. We have access to everything, everybody, to an extent. One of the posts that I shared today was about being careful not to allow people that has the least, more like giving them the most consideration. And this comes into judgment because we have a lot of opinions. We have our own minds. You know, whatever is happening, whatever is a topic of discussion, we can voice our opinion about it. We'll have a thought or a feeling or whatever the case may be. So it's important in that judgment of your own, because again, we've talked about judgment, is that considering, putting in perspective of what's going on, who's saying what, and the depth of that. So, hey, sissy. So the depth of being careful not to give the most consideration to people that has the least amount of information about your life. And that's a quote from T.I. Because he been a celebrity, which is what gonna be some topics of discussion that I talk about, the celebrity news. We get it whether we want to or not because we're on social media, right? So if we're on social media, we're gonna learn about a lot of people business, or just the surface of it, because one thing is to remember, we really don't know the whole story of people's personal lives, intimate lives. It's only what you can see on the surface. So we see a lot that's going on, and it's, you can say, and people would like to think, and I also think it's a distraction. We have a lot of distractions, and that is one of them. The social media is one of them. So it's good when anyone that shares a platform or has a platform is also highlighting the good, you know, the positive, because just as much bad as out here, it is good out here. So that is one thing. So let's see. One moment. So the first thing, and I'm going to just, you know, throw out the first thing I had on Jay-Z, right? Hey, classmate, how you doing? So, Jay-Z, we got news about Jay-Z and his allegations. Now, and the reason why this is a topic of conversation tonight, because this is the world we live in. This is the entertainment. These are the people that entertain us. These are the people that give us conversation. A lot of the times where we going is in the comments. We going in the comments to see what everybody has to say about the topic of discussion, right? So, on Instagram, the Shade Room is where you get all the tea, right? You get all the tea on the Shade Room because they're going to post what's going on. Love is different for different people. It all depends what your definition of love is. Yes, it is. And that's important. That was one of my the last time was, how do you define love? So based on that, if you don't care to share, how do you define love? How do you define love? So that is good because these people, these celebrities that we talk about or have an opinion about or just keep the buzz going on, keep us, something to distract us with something that, matters most to us or that we need to give our attention on. So we can have a time. It's about finding a balance. I'm going to say that. It's about finding a balance. We can entertain, we can have a good time, but we got to make sure that we are focusing on and getting things done that we need to do for ourselves that is going to help elevate us, get us to the next level, as well as the people around you. So, that's one thing about clarity. When you're clear on what it is you need, you can find a healthy balance in entertainment, watching TV or your favorite movies, our Netflix movies, or whatever choice that we choose to spend our time or our downtime in entertaining us. So, but the things about celebrities that I want to talk about is they are human just like we are. The only difference is they have money. They have long money. So they got different problems than what we have when it comes to that. And they are in the spotlight. So that's why, again, we get to see all that's going on because this is what the news media, the social media platforms, that is what they're going to cover. And that's what we like to talk about, too. We like to, be entertained by this, and we also like to voice our opinions. But the things that get me is when it's the disrespect and the no respect for a person's opinion and there's attack about someone else's business. So that's the thing that always get me, like when we can have a discussion about what's going on or, what's trending or whatever the case may be. But when it gets to a point that we are having a argument about it, that's when we need to step back and be like, what really matters here? And it don't be these people business. It's about at this time, we're getting into an argument or a heated discussion about somebody else that at the end of the day, we don't know what's happening. We're just voicing our opinion. So let's voice our opinion and respect one another's opinions, and we cool. But just to get into the tea hey Linda, how you doing? Getting into the tea of now, I'm going to start with the highlights because I like the highlights. I'm really liking Chris Brown because we know what he done been through. We know his journey because he's someone in the spotlight. But at the same time, Chris has a gift. He has a gift. He has multiple talents. And like he's human just like us, he is focused on his gift. He's focused on his purpose. And one thing that I've been saying that people see and recognize is when God has something for you, it's nothing that you can it's nothing no one can stop when God has his hand in your life. And when you are taking care of your purpose and you are correcting the things that you need to correct in your life and you still moving, you still pressing forward. And I just couldn't imagine to have the whole world coming down on you, voicing their opinions. But that's why I like T.I.'s thing in that industry. Like, you have to be able to shut down the noise. You cannot give that too much because it'll change who you are. It'll make you start to lose focus on what you need to be focused on. So, yo man. Okay. So I'm going to take a moment there because as far as, like I say, Chris Brown, I love that he is overcome, and he's overcoming and will continue to overcome, you know, what the world may say about him because of his mistakes, because we're not perfect and we have to grow. You know, he's been young and in love, and you know that love make it real tricky when you ain't ready. That love will have you fighting, have you squabbling. So to have you squabbling, and you know, that's not what we want to do. So when we come to about focusing on what really matters, there is an opportunity for the effective communication that's regulating your emotions, where respecting the person that you love. So I want to go and check out. Yes. Good. Now, classmates, you on the ball here, so I'm gonna go up one moment because I saw you respond, or I think you may have answered the question about. No, I want that question now. I want to know, how do you define love? What is your definition of love? Okay, so love is different for different people. It all depends on what your definition. That's it. Wait. You keep coming up. Us as a society accept their life, stay because of their money. You don't have to be rich to live the lifestyle you are comfortable with when it comes to love. Yes, amen. Yes. And it's all about your lane. Like I say, that's the difference between celebrities and us, is that they are capitalizing. They are being blessed, and they're able to show their gifts and get paid for it big because they're operating in their gift. You know, they are crafting it. They're working hard. You can't take away the hard work that, you know, these celebrities do, but their personal life is their personal life at the end of the day. Just like our personal life is our personal life. But what we do and what we contribute to make the world a better place, or to create wealth for your family and the generations to come, that's what you do. And it's not the same. Like, we can have a lot of things that we struggle with, that we have to get right and clean up in our life, but it still don't take away from who you are. It's just work that has to be done, and it's something to be respected as well. And I don't think we give a lot of respect to people's personal lives and they struggles. Like, yes, we do, but the details don't really matter. The detail is what distracts us. Unless you have someone lie to you and think it, or want to make you believe that their life is something that it's not. But most times, it's not. It's just your perception of what you can see from the surface, because that's all you're gonna see. You're not in these people's personal lives for you to be into it. You know, it's a world debate and controversy where it can be downright rudeness. And so that's the thing that gets me. Like, at the end of the day, in anybody's life, ours or the next person, you know, we have to know what really truly matters. And we're going to talk about the next person as far as Remy Ma, and we're going to do this in two, because this is relationships. When it comes to Remy Ma and Papoose, and then Ciara and Russell, that we love them. We love Papoose and Remy Ma, and we love Russell and Ciara because the picture of black love and what we want. We want this type of relationship where, now this is before Remy Ma and Papoose, you know, going through their drama now. But before, it was like, this man done waited on this woman for these many years, and, you know, now she done get out, and it was her, you know, infidelity that was shown before that we know anything else. We don't know if Papoose ever did anything or whatever the case may be, but it's what we get from what was exposed to the public and to social media. So they are human beings like us, but their love was great in that time, in that season. So we all understand that there are seasons. We have seasons to where, you know, things just gonna be great. It's gonna be seasons of despair. It's gonna be, you know, our good days and our bad days. That's just what it is, because we are human. We have to work out our mess, no matter who you are, how much money you get, or whatever the case may be. You have to deal with that internal, that struggle, that conflict that aligns with with your values and who you are. And because we don't always align with our values or what we think, and our actions are different than what we're saying, there's a conflict within us that shows in our behaviors and our thoughts and our feelings and all of that. So you have to really understand and be mindful of these things, because it is a reflection of you. So let me go here, and we're going off celebrities. They love is allow other people in their relationships. And I also see where you mentioned Neo. Neo that's a good one too. And if they allow it, so what? That works for these people. Now, one thing, if y'all have been keeping up, she's someone that's been trending, is Dr. Shan Bryant. You know, she's been kind of trending for how she is reading these men that want these multiple women. And one thing that she said about Neo that I can agree, and this kind of goes in alignment with where I was going with Remy Ma and Papoose, as far as their life, what it looked like in the beginning and how it was all good. We can't take away that was real, you know. And but what's happening now, that's real too. That's life. And just because of how things were at a season, they've been together many years, don't negate everything just because of what's happening now. There still is an opportunity for them to work out their differences, their marriages, their infidelity, and all of that. And it is what it is, and they will be judged for doing that, because someone wants to believe that if someone cheats on you, that's a wrap. And it could be for some people, but when you truly love someone, it's not black and white. You know, love is not black and white. We have to know that. And it's not all, you know, how it may seem like if you love me, you're going to do everything right by me. No, that is not correct. And just in your own life, you got to see that you love people that you may have disappointed or hurt, not intentionally or not intentionally, but we have. And so, but Dr. Sheehan, she was basically saying, because he is embracing, like, this is what I want, this is the life I want. And she is saying, no, that's not the life. You failed your marriage. You was in a marriage for a reason. You know, you tried this. And maybe you have to be in a marriage to realize, you know what? I can't do this. I'm going to just, you know, be free and sleep with however many I want to, have however many girlfriends I want to. And that's popular now. Like, people are really doing that. That's why we got the poly relationships. Like, people are really like, dang, I can't beat the infidelity, so let me join in. You know, like, I can't stop a man from cheating, or I can't stop a woman from cheating, so just let me join in and, you know, accept that a man's gonna always cheat, and I'ma just accept it, and that's what it is. And that's okay. If you accept it, it shouldn't be no drama. It shouldn't be no drama if you accept having multiple people in your relationship, or you accepting a man to have multiple women in a relationship. Then we have to be clear on, this is the decision that I have made. And that's where clarity comes in there. You have to be clear about what you're accepting in your life, because if you're not, that's when the conflict and the drama happens, because you don't win against what you believe and what you value. For love, you know, for love. So if it's truly for love, you have to learn to accept that. And so to each his own, if that's what you choose to do, that's just, you know, that's how. But make sure whoever you with, that is, they own what you own. They want to have what you want to have. And if it's a difference, you have to work out a compromise. And then that's where you have to get clear on what matters, and what is there a compromise, or is not a compromise. Do we have to move on? Now, and when you're going through drama or whatever the case may be in your relationships, a celebrity or not, and you end up being having another relationship or doing whatever, you know, the case may be, you have to talk about that. You have to be on the same page. And if you want to move on, or, you know, this is where I'm at now in my life, we have to accept that as women and as men, because, you know, it's the same. It's just not a woman. It's just not a man. It's just a person or partners in a relationship that should have a common goal. It should be a common goal. And if it's not, then it just is what it is. And the projection part, like, if that's a person decision and it may not be your decision, that's fine too. You know, like, I wouldn't do that. Don't do it. And when it comes to your life and your decisions that you got to make for your relationship, if it's something that you wouldn't do, you just simply don't do it. You stand on your truth. You stand on what it is that you believe in and how you want your relationship to be. So, that happens. And let me see. Yeah, we definitely want to be what's comfortable for us. And yeah, Neo is definitely one is celebrity news. No, we are not cleaning up our life to conform to society. We are cleaning up our life to conform and align with who we are. And that's the problem. That's why we have to be clear. We have to be clear about what matters in our own life so we can show up for who we are and represent who we are in our life and our values and make sure our life reflects that. So you cleaning up your life is all about you and not the distractions of the world or the distractions of societal norms. So yeah, that's definitely not what we're doing here. Love is valuing each other. Someone who, I thank you, Linda, for defining what love means to you. Love is valuing each other. Someone who gets you and genuinely have your best interests at heart. I truly do agree with that. And valuing someone is respecting their mind, respecting who they are, even recognizing and acknowledging it. You have to know the value in the person that you're in a relationship with, no matter the relationship. You have to see that value. Because if you don't, that is where the drama comes in at, because a person feels value, they know their value, and if a person don't recognize it, now, again, there's the breakdown in communication. Now we got to get on the same page because it's about us. It's two people. Unless you like Neo and you got 3 women, 3, 4 women, or whatever the case. Now you got 5, 4 people involved that y'all all got to be on the same page and have a conversation. And like you say, genuinely have a person's best interests at heart. And so like even I'm going to reflect on mine talking about Remy Ma and Papoose. Me and Reese, y'all know my story about me and my man. And how I met him, he was already locked up. Now some people had all kind of reservations, about that. Like, yeah, you with somebody, locked up or, he can get out and do this and do that. Now, me being me, I loved him and chose him because of, who we are, who he is and what I was experiencing with him. It was something I needed, and that is what we were to each other, in that season, in that time. And since he been home, we identified differences, when he was locked up, even when he get out. So, it's real. It's a difference when someone is locked up and when they out. So we have to, work through those differences, but we love each other, and I love him and I'm there for him the way that I am. And was because of me, who I am, and this is who I chose, and this is who I want to love. And so that looks like that's work, and so even if things weren't to work out, and Lord, I hope they always do, this is a partner. Anytime I'm in a relationship, I'm really trying, you my partner, you my life partner. So, but even if it didn't, I'm not gonna feel like, man, he owed me, like he's supposed to, because I was there for him. No, I want him to be with me and love me, and we get, work on it, and whatever our future look like is because this is what we want for one another, not because of what I did for him, because I would do it for anybody that I'm connected to. I'm going to be there. I'm going to support you. I'm going to do it because it's who I am. And because if things don't work out, it's not going to make me regret anything that I've chose to do. Because I stand on my decisions. I hold myself accountable. And I know the reasons I did, why I chose and made the decisions that I made. So it's nothing to be ashamed about, even if it don't work out. And I think that's why a lot of people like the narrative, don't put your relationship out on social media. Like social media can ruin it. No, the people that can ruin a relationship is you and your partner that owes each other, their respect. That is who can ruin the relationship. And so when you put stuff out there and you're in a happy place, then you have this in mind like, dang, the relationship didn't work out, so I can't say, now I'm shame, I'm guilt because of the opinions of other people. And so you got to know your decisions. I made this choice because I do love this person. I made this choice because I do believe in love. And that's okay. Now, if it don't work out, it just don't work out. Accept it. Accept it. Work out what you need to work out in yourself for you to be at peace. And for you to be clear on, this was not a failure of me or a failure of him. It's just something that did not work out for what we needed in a relationship. But as far as when it comes to after the fact, I'm not mad. It's just, it's not anything for us to be mad. If anything, it's something for us to accept and be happy in that decision, in that clarification, in that knowing. And just because you may have invested a lot of time in someone, when the time comes, and if it comes to that and we just can't be together for whatever the reason may be, then that's just what it is. Because what is the goal? What really matters? In any relationship, celebrity or our relationship, what really matters? What would matter to you in a relationship? Even if it was all good, we all good. In the beginning, we know everything is good in the beginning. We know everything is fresh, it's new, it's good. It's like when those years get by, those changes happen within us, that growth happened, like all that happened. Like what matters to you most? I would like to know that. Kelly, you said she's not a real doctor. So you don't think anything that she say had was valid? Whether she a real doctor or not. And one thing to argue about that, and not to argue in love, one thing to argue about that is she's a psychology. She's not licensed, so to speak, but she did get her master's in psychology, or her doctorate in psychology, but she's not licensed, or something like that. But again, when it get that far off into it, it don't matter to me anyway. We just voicing our opinion on a trending topic. So I'm just going here. Yes. Hey, cousin Queenie. Love is all knowing. Yes, it is. If you still on here, hello. Let's see. I'm glad you love that, and you know what, Kendall? I hope you get to have that, and it's all love, because at one point we're gonna be all partying, and I'm gonna be cool with all of them. I'm like, he liked that. Let's see. Cupcakes and rainbows. Men in the Bible had multiple wives. Wait, we are going against the Bible. You funny. Hey, Mello, and I think I seen my Chiney on here too. Hey, niece and nephew. I love y'all. So, and I get this from a lot of men too. It's either they had it in other countries, they had women. Oh my goodness. Y'all, let's talk about this. I'm glad you pointing this out here. So, the Bible. It had multiple wives. Everything that we experiencing now, there's a story in the Bible that aligns with it in some shape, form, or fashion. And I can remember some of them stories where it was still the same thing that we experience in the real world, like right now. Those wives was jealous. They were jealous of the attention or that was given to one and not the other. Like it was still drama within that. Even though it was more accepted, it could be that's just what it was. And even in other countries, when we talk about other countries, they had multiple wives. One thing that my friend, and if she's on here, always would say is, yeah, those men, they took care of those households, too. It wasn't no bunch of lying and deceit, going on. It was, you understood everybody on the same page. It wasn't a lot of deceit. Oh, yes. Okay. One moment. I'm finna bring Robert on here. This is fun. Thank y'all. Wait, let me get you, Kendall. Let me see. Add. Send me a request. Wait a minute. One moment. Y'all, I'm trying to add someone on here with me. Kendall, are you still here? One moment. Yeah, I got a guest, a special guest that's going to be Real Housewives of the Bible. I love it, Barbara. Hey, everyone that's joined. Definitely, cousin, different stroke, different folks. And if we can all take that and for what it is, we'll be doing 100. Cause I sure don't. I don't mind what nobody doing in their life. Just do it with love. Do it with love. Make sure everybody taken care of. Y'all help me. I'm having a Kendall at shoot. Y'all wait 1 minute. I'm sorry. Cause I'm not seeing where I can add someone. Request. Okay, let me see. Robert. I hope you ain't gone, because I don't think I see your name in here. Nope. Where you at, Robert? He ain't on here. I'm adding you later. I'm at my sis. You gonna join on here? Robert, if you come back, let me know. Because I tried to add you and you didn't. And I would love for you to get on here with me. Especially you want to speak on it, because I see you one of them. Will be great. A great topic of conversation. Okay, we just gonna see. So my classmate wanted to join on here, and I would love to have him on here to let's get into the multiple women and men not put on this earth, to just be with one woman. I hear that a lot. Believe me, I hear that, and I know a lot of men believe that, and I just love that there's some men out here that I see amongst us that say that they don't share that same belief. And that's great. So like I said, there's a balance in all of that. Just long as you doing what works for you, like some of the comments in here, if it works for you, big ups. But if it don't work for one person in the party, it's not working. It's not working. You have to get someone that's on what you own in order for that harmony and that peace. Because at the end of the day, all jokes aside, that is what we want. We want harmony, peace, respect. We want all of that. Now, when it comes to women, they act like we have a long laundry list of things that we need and that we want. But at the end of the day, women, how we created, we want to be valued, we want to be loved. And that value just meaning you recognize what I bring to the table. You recognize what I bring to the table. You are here because you want to be here. So it's not like it's a issue, and vice versa. If you're in a relationship with someone, you there because you want to be. And if you're not, that's some clarity you need to bring within yourself. And then, again, this topic discussion is about being clear and aligning what matters most. And what matters most is what you need for your life, for your peace, and for you to be able to give love out to someone else, in whatever your decisions are. And clarity help you make decisions. Like one thing, going back to Neo, he said, this is this is how he believed that he should be, whether he was in a, tried to be in a monogamy relationship, where the case may be. Once he did that and he tried that and he just couldn't get it right, it's like he surrendered, like, hey, I ain't the man for this single stuff. I want, multiple women, and that's just what it is. Okay, that's great, but he had to try that first, because maybe it was society that made him feel like, I gotta have a wife, I gotta have one woman, and be faithful and all these things. And he just couldn't do it because of who he is. And so when you know who you is, don't choose to be with a woman that is monogamy, that wants monogamy. When you choose to do that, it's like there's room for compromise. That is room for us to work through our differences, where we both come out cool, we both good, we in harmony, we working towards the same goal. That's when it becomes an issue, when we're not working through the same goals. If that's the case, then we got to work it out. We got to see what really, really matters. And you can run into that attachment, once you done invested. It was a person, y'all, it was someone that made a conversation like, if we done been in relationships, men or women, we may have been traumatized some type of way in a relationship. And it could be from our own lack of knowledge, uh, uh, or communication conversations that we didn't have, where we did not talk about what we needed or what we truly wanted. A lot of what I witnessed, and also in my own relationships, just happened because there was this, connection. It was this attraction, and we started to spend time together, and that time started, you being consumed with each other time. And so what does this feel like? What does it feel like when you have an attraction with someone, and then all of a sudden, y'all spending all this time, you meeting family, you doing all these things, but y'all ain't had no conversation about if we in a relationship, but you doing all the relationship things. And then when you start having a conversation about it, now this ain't what I want. This is not what, I'm not trying to commit. I just want to have fun. Now, let's make that clear out the beginning, and women too. We can just get into the having fun, knowing we want a serious, committed relationship, but we kind of riding a wave, and then the next thing you know, is another woman involved. Now the man saying, hey, I got women. That's what it's gonna be. Or they going to not be honest, not gonna be truthful. The only time the truth come out when it's a knockdown drag out. When the ish hit the fan, now the truth comes out. But if we having these conversations in the beginning, it can eliminate a lot of things once you done poured yourself into someone with the hopes of getting that back in return, but never a real conversation, never real time or opportunity to truly get to know someone and allow that person to show you who they are. When you don't take those measures, then whatever happens is what happened, and you have to learn to accept and deal with that. It can be unfortunate because it be at the expense of your heart. It'll be at the expense of your mental. And that's what you'll learn once you took that path of not having that conversation and be like, this man or this woman want the same thing that I want. Now it's no wasted time. Now, if we choose to just have fun, when we like, I ain't looking for no committed relationship. I can't give you what you want off the TOP, but I like you. You like that. I can see we can have fun together. Now that woman or that man can be like, let me scratch this out of my hand. You cool. Let's just have fun. And if you're just having fun, you're just having fun. It is what it is. But control those emotions based on the understanding that you have. But a lot of the times, we didn't have that conversation. We just went off of actions. And then when we had the conversation, that's when things changed. Now you got to adapt to what the reality of, because we were delusional to an extent. And that's when we feel like, I did all this for you. I should get this back. Where now we trying to control the situation. Now we trying to control it, and we don't have no control. We only got control of us. That's when it circled back around. It come back full circle. What matters most to you, and are you aligned with that? If you align with that and your decisions reflect that alignment, then you should be good. I know I be. That's how I be. I be good when I do that. I don't know. They're not gonna say that up front because that's a good point, sister. They're not gonna say it up front. And why do y'all think that is? Why don't you say for the people that don't say it up front? If this is what you believe wholeheartedly, if that is how you feel, and not just like an absolute, just say that. Like I'll never be able, to do that. I don't believe in it. It's not gonna happen. Now, when you choose to be with that person, you are accepting that. You're gonna have to learn how to deal with it, or you're gonna have to learn how to walk away from it because it just don't serve you. Yes, I love you, but and for me, if this is what you want, like that is okay, because at the end of the day, I ain't loving nobody to the point that I want to make you be something that you're not. If it, you can't be good to me or love me properly if you are not living in your truth of who you are, because that's gonna be resentment. There's gonna be issues because that person gonna feel like I can't be me. I can't be me because, but I love you and I want you. So it's like you want to say, you have to make a decision. You have to make a decision that aligns with what matters to you. Like seriously. And if you don't, then it is what it is. Like somebody, we gonna have to, figure it out one way or the other. And sometimes that's where the drama lies. So let's see. Leslie. Living this thing called life. Oh yes. Oh yes, oh yes. Be clear and be honest. Amen. Yes. No, it's not. Monogamy is not. And all I say is that is, if it's not, do you get with the people that you're gonna have the best fun, that is not going to uh disrupt your peace. It's not gonna disrupt your peace. It's not gonna make you lose your sense of self. You're not gonna get caught up with trying to, prove something that you're not, or become somebody that you're not. You're gonna live in that and you're gonna stand on it. It's for love is about sacrifice. Yes, it is. And some people don't want to make that sacrifice. But when you truly love someone, and when you loving someone, and like Linda was saying earlier, it's you have their best interest at heart. And me loving someone and having their best interest at heart, I want you to do what you need to do for your happiness, because I'm gonna do what I need to do for my happiness, and it's still gonna be love. It's still gonna be respect, because like I said, I don't want anyone that is going to that don't want what I want. I don't want to force. I ain't forcing anything. Everything that's in my life is natural. It's a natural thing, because I can't force it. It's not real, for the most part. Now, we can work at it because there is a connection, there is a bond, and we recognize differences. So, we are open for sacrifice. We are open for compromise. But sometimes we're not even open. Some people not even open, and when they're not open, then that's when you, as an individual, that's aligning yourself and making decisions based on your needs, and it does come down to self-preservation. That's when it's time for you to make a decision based on that truth, and just stand on it. And don't be ashamed by the judgment of your life and what you got going on in it, because again, your life is based on the decisions that you're making, what works for you, what you want, and that's what it is. Now, people draw their own conclusion. We see that every day, all day. A topic can be put out there, and you can just see how, people are on what they own. They think how they think. They want how they want. We all have a fine line of selfishness about it, and you have to be selfish sometime when it comes to self-preservation, when it comes to maintaining what you can control, your peace, your happiness, your mental and spiritual well-being. You have to be selfish sometimes. Amen. Yes, they all. If you all want the same thing, we cooking with grease. Just guard your heart. That short term with no substance ain't about nothing. Okay, and it will show up. Look at Mama. Oh yes, Mama's coming in here with the word, with a gem. Yes, and it will show itself. It definitely will. Definitely dysfunction. Let's see. If a person can't be real with themselves, they can't be real with you. Ooh, that's a word too. Y'all on fire in here. All right. Yes, Ginger Love is back. Hey, girl. Stand on what you want. Thank you, JR, the realist. That's true, because I have learned you can't depend on someone else to make you happy. It starts with self-love first. I'm so glad. Amen. Yay, y'all. Yes, yes, yes. I love the comments. I absolutely love it. Hey, cousin Yolanda. Yes, I love all that. And like I say, I see a lot of strength in us, but we all be battling, we all be going through, and but at the same time, we have what we need. We definitely have what we need. It's just about finding that balance. Finding that balance and like I said, enjoying the conversations that we have about other people or whatever the case may be. And it's a celebrity, you know, and like I said, we only know the surface, and even in other people's lives, we only know the surface. So understanding what the surface mean it's a lot more to it that we don't see, that we don't need to see, that ain't our business. You know, we got enough our own business to tend to at the end of the day, and we tend to ourselves, and then we can show up and be the best version of who we are. You know, because at the end of the day, that's what it is about. We all have a role, and if we all doing our work within ourselves, then we all gonna be we gonna be good. Because like I said, I think we're all good. I think we all got something to offer, because that's how God designed it. He created us to be as one, but he also gave us a unique journey. He gave us unique gifts. But at the end of the day, if you look around the people that is, you know, pushing for peace, pushing for love, pushing for clarity, we are saying the same thing, because God is where God word is and where it lies, we are on one accord. We on one accord, but we have to reach millions, billions of people in the world. So that's why everybody's role is important. Your story, your pain, whatever, you know, you've been bought through, it's important for you to share just how you is. Now, I love a lot of people because they so real. I may not agree or like how they are, you know, or how, you know, their deliverance is, but they real. And you know they real. You know, and I respect realness no matter how it looks, you know, that you can be absolutely real. Right, at the end of the day, the day gotta end. You're absolutely right. Oh yeah. It's definitely gonna end. Hey, cousin. That tickled me. That tickled me when she first said it. She like, y'all not finna get me caught up here. I just come to do my thing, because at the end of the day gotta end. All right. Hey, cousin Sheena. Okay, so yes, let's be grounded in clarity when we making our decisions, regardless of what somebody else and what I say about what I say about the celebrities that we love, like Russell. Lord forbid if Poe Russell and Sierra have some mishaps, Lord, because we love them. We love them to death. Like, this is love, family love, unity, man leading, woman doing her thing. You know, it's got, you know, she loves her girlfriends. You know, she gonna be supporting her friends. She's doing her thing. You know, we love that. And you know, she had a future. And we can't leave Future out, but Future real too. Future said it is what it is. I'm that guy. I am me. So take it or leave it. So it's all real, it's all love at the end of the day. Let me see. So oh yes. Okay. So anything else here? Anybody? Yeah, okay. Robert ran off on us. What is there another male on here that want to stand in the gap for the brothers? Or a woman? It could be a woman. Is it anybody? Yeah, he got off of here. I'm gonna catch him though. We gonna have a special alive. You know, I have my guests on here as well. I love to share that, share the space with you all. Because again, I love feedback. I love giving it, and I like hearing it. I tried to add you, and you did not get on here. We got 10 minutes. That went over normally. Are you ready? Because I will add you. Hey, it was saying add and it started messing up my stream trying to get you on here. But we only behind the scenes. We don't know them folks real life, every like, baby, listen. Yes, ma'am. And that's what I said. That's what I started with. Because, like, we don't know these people at the end of the day. So, even when I'm having conversations just amongst, my peers, and if it get too deep, I'm like, at the end of the day, I don't know them people. I don't care. I got my own mess that I'm dealing with trying to get together. Wait, I didn't see it. Oh, I see it now. Yeah, anybody know me know. Hey, girlfriend. I can't hear you. He about to smoke. He got in here and dropped them, look, got it ruffled of some feathers and got on down. I can't hear you. Yeah, I don't want no smoke either. I like intellect. I like having those conversations because I definitely can have them with a man. I have them with my own man. He be getting me ready. He had me ready. See, I can't see you, but you can just sit there and look pretty because I can't hear you at all. What is this? They said don't add her. Okay. Oh, that was a light. That lighted me up even more. Okay, I don't need that. I already got marine light. That's a too much light. Have me looking like Serena Williams. Like I don't bleach my skin. I ain't bleaching this skin. Okay, but yeah, thank you all for this conversation tonight. I appreciate you all joining in, chiming in. It has been a great discussion as always. Um, don't say too much. Our sister's gonna roll and rock with. Don't get me in. I'm not in none of that, but I will add you. Yeah. So the topic again, what we've talked about here is the celebrity news and how we voice our opinions about things and how how we know the surface of things even in our own lives, and it ain't for in everybody to know your intimate and personal details. I don't know why people, that's even a thing, that we want to know the details. I can see uh us sharing, a story, showing how we done got over, something, but the details of somebody's life, and what they're going through and all of that is none of our business at the end of the day. And if you do come across a business, or if you are, and if you are, it dropped. I don't know, maybe because you weren't saying anything that, or that the volume, I don't know what happened where it didn't add you on. You couldn't hear me. I couldn't hear you either. So we'll have to revisit this and make sure that we're on the next time. But just you respecting, someone else's, and like just because someone they do have good time, you're not gonna be happy all the time, So when people are sharing their pictures and they love and they get it, it is what it is. Like people truly can be happy, and then you can have a disagreement or don't disagree on things. But it's what you're choosing to do. It's what you want to do, and what efforts that you're putting in to make whatever you got going on work. and so even if they not happy, or even if it's not, that's the person that's telling that lie. If that's the lie they telling, if they're actually telling the lie. But if you draw your own conclusion from a picture, that makes sense, because they are in a relationship, then it is what it is. That's on you. That's not on me. And I know that. That's why it's important for us to know, understand what projection is, understand what, the power of clarity, understand the acceptance of the decisions that you're making. Like, so when you are met with that judgment, or something don't work out, that look great, to people, don't work out, you can deal with that. You can deal with it in truth, and you can deal with it with love and in clarity, because number one, whatever decision that you made it because you wanted it. Even if that person ain't good, I want it. I wanted you. I love you. That's the decision I made based on that information. Now, based on the experience, I don't want it. I don't want it, and it is what it is. Like, it's seasons. It's seasons in this sometimes. Okay. It's okay. It is okay. We'll have another time. I'm here every Monday, unless something happened, but you will know. But I will, make up. Like, I couldn't make last Monday, but I made that week. I made it that Thursday. So we'll get a chance to chat. And this is our life. I started out, from coming from relationships, but I've grown and I elevate. I can put it in perspective, but the story is how I was transformed. How I was transformed, the things that I did, the mindset that I have, the responsibility that I take, the accountability that I hold myself. And I'm responsible. That's what self-love is about. Self-love is about you taking accountability and responsibility for your well-being and whatever that needs. And yes, we love people, and we'll even put people above us because we love them, that, but we choose that because it's who we are. And that's why I say, when you know who you are, and you know why you making the decisions that you making, it's okay. Like, don't let no one make you feel bad for being who you are, just because someone didn't treat you the way that you wanted to be treated. It was a journey. Yo, yes, it was, friend. And thank you for being there for me. And my sissies. Y'all, these are my friends, my true love friends. I love them. Then they've been through with me. And we be there, and it's just such a blessing. So I get through there just processing, that. And it's good to have someone that you can process your thoughts through, that's not going to sway you in any type of way. They'll give you their feedback or whatever the case may, but at the end of the day, your decision ultimately is yours, and I support you at the end of the day. No matter what we're doing, I'm going to support you. We're going to ride it out, period. Like my pops in California, period. That is a on period. So yes, yes, yes. Have that, and value that. I surely do. I surely do, because it really does help me. And I say, if I don't, even though I love everybody, and I love friends, and I can make a friend, and I can be there, and all of that, I'm truly blessed with what I have. What I have. And my family. Period. Yes, yes, cousin. And that's on period. Oh my. Okay. I love y'all. I love you. I love you. And I'm glad you all joined me. Yeah, now, seriously, now y'all know one of my number one supporters is my big sissy, Yolanda Bug Ross, honey. You better know. And I thank you, and I love you for your support. Yes, I do. Y'all, it's been a joy. It's been a joy. I'm going to wrap up. It's 8 o'clock. It's about to be in a few seconds. I hope this has about us, help us to align with what matters the most, and it's you being your best self and not letting these distractions and these celebrity news and things, like, we can have fun and joke about them, but at the end of the day, we on a journey ourselves. We want to be up there and influencing and making that loot, getting in the bag, making that money, being true with our talents. Because I know you have one. God gave. He didn't create us to not give us what we need to live abundantly. But we have work to do. We don't have to work. People, have advantage over sometimes. They network and they get different type of support, but hey, we not lost. We are God. So even with that, even through, and that makes us even more powerful, that where we come from and how we come through it and what we still able to accomplish in life is something to celebrate. Hey, cousin. Okay, y'all. I love y'all. I gotta go. Y'all have a good night. Until next time, remember what? You are love. I am love. God is love. And we can certainly change the world with love. Have a good night. And I will see you next time on Ginger's Love Live. Bye bye.